Today, the House of Representatives did its constitutional duty. Today, we lived up to our responsibility to the American people by taking action to defend our national security, to preserve our democratic elections, and to show that no one, not even the president, is above the law. I'm now happy to introduce the chairman of the Intelligence Committee, Adam Schiff.
The President of the United States has been impeached for now only the third time in history. The President of the United States should be tried. And the question is now whether Senator McConnell will allow a fair trial in the Senate, whether the majority leader will allow a trial that involves witnesses and testimony and documents. A trial that should be fair to the president, yes, but should be fair also to the American people. The American people want to hear from people like John Bolton. The American people want to hear from people like Mick Mulvaney. The American people want to see what's in those documents that the president has been hiding at the State Department, in the Office of Management and Budget, in the White House itself. We have done our duty here in the House. We have upheld the Constitution. We have done as the framers would have us do when a president abuses his office and obstructs a co-equal branch of government. The question now is, will the Senate uphold its duty? Will the senators uphold their oath? Do the senators want to hear from the witnesses? Do they want a real trial? We have to hope that they do. The reason we undertook this extraordinary step is because the president not only abused his office, but threatens to abuse it again, threatens to interfere again by inviting foreign interference in our election. The remedy isn't complete as long as the president is free to continue to invite foreign interference in our affairs. I just want to close by thanking the Speaker for guiding the Congress through this tumultuous time. There's no one, I think, who could have guided the Congress with a steadier hand or with more insight and intellect.
The Democrats go for fighting to
and I also want to thank my
keep
colleagues in
democracy, the state
so many new
democracy.
members of the House
The Republicans
who
going to
have
be known
displayed
for
such courage, who have shown that they truly have the courage of their convictions.
breaking the oath, and a lot of Republicans getting locked up when
I
they
just
call
want to
it.
add that one person
Get out
who
of
isn't with
office.
us physically in this room, but I know is present all day for the deliberations, our former, our chair of the Government Reform, our Oversight Committee chair, our North Star.
They don't go
Elijah
down in
Cummings.
history for doing the right thing.
He said, when the history books are written about this tumultuous era, I want them to show that I was among those in the House of Representatives who stood up to lawlessness and tyranny. He also said, somewhat presciently, when we're dancing with the angels, the question will be, what did you do to make sure we kept our democracy intact? We did all we could, Elijah. We passed the 2 articles of impeachment. The president is impeached.
You the House's role in this as complete now. What other steps might take to try to ensure that determines this a more fair trial in the Senate?
You mean more fair trial than they're contemplating? Because we had a very fair process in the House of Representatives. I would yield to our. Let me just put it another way. We have legislation approved by the Rules Committee that will enable us to decide how we will send over the articles of impeachment. We cannot name managers until we see what the process is on the Senate side, and I would hope that that will be soon, as we did with our legislation, our resolution 660, to describe what the process would be. So far, we haven't seen anything that looks fair to us, so hopefully it will be fair, and when we see what that is, we'll send it to managers.
What would you consider a fair trial, Madam Speaker?
We'll make a decision as a group, as we always have, as we go along.
Withhold just the articles? Could you presumably withhold the articles for weeks until you get what you consider
a fair trial?
Well, again, we'll decide what that dynamic is, but we hope that the resolution of that process will be soon in the Senate.
What do you consider a fair trial?
Did you have one, Sharon? Did you have a question, Sharon? Did I have a question?
Yeah.
I do have a question. What do you consider a fair trial? What are you looking for? Are you looking specifically for witnesses, for documents?
Well, let me tell you
Do you
what I
agree
don't
with the plan that
consider,
Senator Schumer
what I
laid out?
don't consider a fair trial. This is what I don't consider a fair trial. That Leader McConnell has stated that he's not an impartial juror, but he's going to take his cues, in quotes, from the White House, and he is working in total coordination with the White House counsel's office. Any comments, my comment?
Well, let me just say that obviously Senator McConnell, by that declaration, has said that he is as in effect the foreman of the jury, is working with the defendant's counsel. That's not fair. And we'll have to see what else, but that's certainly an indication of an intention to have an unfair trial.
I'd like to see a trial look, it's up to the senators to make their own decision, working together, hopefully in recognition of their witnesses that the president withheld from us, their documents that the president withheld from us, and we would hope that that information would be available in a trial to go to the next step, because that's another level in terms of conviction, in terms of this. But right now, the president is impeached. Go ahead.
Is it possible you would never send the articles over?
We're not having that discussion. We have done what we have set out to do. The House has acted on a very sad day to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. To do so in a manner that was fair, even though the other side was mischaracterizing it, nonetheless it was fair and appropriate and urgent. So we will make our decision as to when we're going to send it when we see what they're doing on the Senate side, but that's a decision that we will make jointly. Okay, you're starting to act like another country. Don't shout, okay? Who's not going to shout a question? Yes, sir. I'm not. That would have been our intention, but we'll see what happens over there. That is not. You're asking me. Are we all going to go out and play in the snow? That has not been part of our conversation. That has not been part of our conversation. Excuse me, what? I'm sorry. No, I never raised the prospect. You asked the question. I never raised the prospect. I said we're not sending it tonight because it's difficult to determine who the managers would be until we see the arena in which we will be participating. That's all I said. I never raised the prospect. Well, we'll see when they come forward. It's up to the Senate to say what their rules will be. My colleagues, do you want to say anything about this? Because it is, this is a serious matter. Even though the majority leader in the United States Senate says it's okay for the foreman of the jury to be in cahoots with the lawyers of the accused. That doesn't sound right to us. But let's see when they understand what we have acted. Now they'll understand what their responsibilities are, and we'll see what that is. But I never raised that possibility. No. So that's it.
Thank you very much.
Any other comments? But anyway, let me again thank our chairman, all 6 of them, and our darling Elijah. They did a remarkable job. And I think you hopefully will be inspired by the moral courage of our caucus, especially as the distinguished chairman recognized our freshman members who came here reviewed the facts, understood the Constitution, made their decision, again, to honor their oath of office. We're very proud of them.
You just heard from Nancy Pelosi saying that they have not or will not pick managers until they to send this to the Senate until they learn
Alright, y'all,
the
man.
rules are being decided
I'm
on in
done.
the Senate. Jeff Toobin, it's
I told you, man,
to
Democrats
show
go into
this
history for trying to
explain
protect the
credibility.
Constitution.
What
The
this really
Republicans going in
is
history
going on is that
for selling the
the
Constitution out to Illuminati. Because this is where Illuminati
Senate has
take
not
over the
decided what the
take over,
structure of the
man.
trial is. There's a
Totally.
clear difference between what
This is how they get
Leader
so
McConnell, the
wrong.
majority leader, wants, which is a very fast trial.